Welcome to Movement. Really excited for you to engage this month, and I think you're going to find that we engage movement a little bit differently than maybe you've done it in the past. So there are 2 points I want to make at the outset. First is that movement at any dose is good for you, and second is that movement begets movement. Now, these are two things that are important to keep in mind, whether you're moving for a few seconds and bouncing up and down, or you're engaging a flow, or even engaging a 10-minute walk. That movement at any dose is good for you, and movement begets movement. Now, traditionally, when we move our bodies, there are a lot of barriers that we put in place between us and moving. Maybe it's I need to be at a gym, or I need to have a certain type of equipment, or I need to wear the right clothes, or I need to have enough time. This month, we set that aside. The second aspect of movement is that oftentimes when we move, there are external factors at play that are guiding our movements. Now, that might be a spin class instructor that's telling you how fast to pedal. It might be a trainer or a coach, or it might even be your own pressures on yourself that I want to lift X amount of weight, or I want to run this fast. This month, we set that aside to focus on an inside-out approach to movement. Now, when we're moving this month, one of the things that we're doing is moving in different patterns. So whether you are an office worker that's focused all day in front of a keyboard, or you're a baseball player that gets focused on throwing the perfect fastball, often in life we find ourselves falling into restricted patterns of movement. Now, those patterns may serve us very well, but this month we're opening up those patterns, and it's the reason why Rory has recorded the videos that he has for you, because those videos take you through the various gates of movement that you started with as a baby. This is how you learn to first move. Now, we use those movements as an entry point for you to ultimately allow your body to be the guide. We want you to tune in this month to sense into what movements would serve your body best, and rediscover the joy of movement, again, at any dose, and recognize that it's always available to you. So this is a powerful month. I hope you are able to follow along, letting your body be the guide and finding the benefits and the joy in movement. If you find yourself disengaging, or you're not able to stick to the steps as we lay them out, try to identify the smallest step possible to get back on track. What I like to say is the smallest step possible this month is simply to stand up or to sit where you're at, bounce, breathe, and move. See if you can shake off a little bit of stress and allow that, again, to be the thing that induces more movement going forward. I'm excited for you this month and the benefits to be had. Wish you all the best. Look forward to talking again soon. Cheers.
The movement challenge unlocked all of the other challenges for me.
Always when I thought about movement, it was like getting in my cardio, getting my heart rate moving, whereas movement, it didn't necessarily mean that.
You were moving like you were meant to move. And that, I really enjoyed that.
It was nice to actually warm your body up the proper way.
I need to roll around on the ground, because that's what really unleashes something in me.
Moving around like a baby was a very humbling and an eye-opening experience.
Dude, I did it, but man, I felt like an elephant walling around, right?
Once I made it into a little bit of a routine, those movements actually physically help things like my tight hips.
The exercise ball from the movement month sits on my desk, and it's this constant reminder, I need to get up and move. I need to go bounce the ball, walk around my apartment. And
I think any fitness level could benefit from the movement challenge.
It definitely changed my perspective on, what do you need to do? And you don't always need to raise your heart rate to do something good for your body.
It'll open your mind up to what actual movement is, and it's not what you think it is.
I remember being so creaky and feeling like this body is betraying me. And it only took moving it in a way that it wanted to move for it to come back and say, no, I haven't betrayed you at all. I've been here all the time.